Hi, my little honeybees, whether newbie or oldie. Welcome to the Honeybee Happy channel. Welcome, my little honeybees, to the very first Feeling It Fridays. I have received a couple of questions from some people that want to stay anonymous and some that don't. Our first question of the day is I'm meeting my parents for the first time and I'm super nervous. Any advice? By Shaky Bones. Shaky Bones, just try to stay calm. Think about yourself first and put yourself in a calm environment, I guess, before you go. Reassure yourself everything is okay. Ask your partner for reassurance that everything will be okay. Just remember his or her parents are people too. You're dating their little baby, and most parents are not as judgmental or whatever as we think. Most people think, I guess you could say. Um, you know, uh, Tell yourself some affirmations. Look some up if you need to. They're on Google. Um, write them down. You know that things are okay. Things will be okay, and it's okay to be nervous. Um, you don't need to be super nervous if you don't want to. But I would say that you do not need to be super nervous. Not super nervous. Um, Parents are people too. They will accept you. Um, if you feel there's anything, that comes up with meeting the parents that has to deal with your past and you have already worked out that situation, you let them know. If it comes up, you don't need to like blurt out anything. Um, Talk to them about your positive assets, things that are positive going on in your life at this point in time, because you are just meeting them. As you get along, go along in the relationship, then you can start having deeper discussions about other situations that may be going on. But right now, you do not. Um, I would say, just do things that relax you. Take deep breaths. Tell yourself that it's just because you're feeling nervous and anxious, which is usually why we feel nervous, is because we're feeling anxious, that things will be okay. They're just people too. Um, I would definitely recommend that you do that. Work on yourself first before you go to meet them. Make sure you're take a shower or a bath, a relaxing something um, that helps you feel better about yourself too. Um, and just take it all in. Get to know these people. Get to know who raised your partner. Um, get to know what they're like. Be sure to ask them questions. Um, and know that being nervous is just part of life. Of meeting anybody. You get nervous when you go to um, interviews for work, just remind yourself you have survived going through being nervous before, so this time is no different. Um, it's okay to be nervous. It's perfectly okay to make a mistake, stutter your words, you know, just laugh it off. If anything like that is to happen, and definitely ask your partner to, you know, encourage you also. If there's anything you're concerned about, you can ask your partner about it first and kind of go through the steps with your partner. I'm sure he or she would be glad to do that for you, um, with you, so that you're more comfortable when you do meet his or her parents. Um, so yeah, just do things that you know will calm you. It's perfectly fine to be nervous. Nobody is going to judge you on being nervous, except yourself. So, yeah, take that bath, take those deep breaths, realize that being nervous is normal, realize that you have survived being nervous before and you will again. Um, that first impressions are not always what you're judged on, but, you know, be open, be honest with them, greet them happily, talk about positive things. If anything negative comes up, you will be able to deal with it. Just say something in the order of that. You can't discuss that right now, but you will in the future. You know, the it, the future holds many, many different scenarios. So, yeah, I definitely say when you're meeting the parents for the first time, just try to stay as calm as you can. You know, try to relax. Um, be yourself. That's the main thing. Just be yourself. Um, I'm, I'm pretty sure they're gonna like you, which is basically what you want to hear when you ask this question. You know, you will be accepted, and if you are not, then that's on them. That's their business. That's their problem. You are with your partner. You are not with his or her parents. So just relax and go with the flow and keep it as positive as you can. My second question I got was, I'm in a long term relationship and it feels like my partner never makes time for me anymore. From Lonely Tears. Well, Lonely Tears. Long term relationship. Well, if you're already in this long term relationship and it feels like your partner never makes time for you anymore, you need to step up and tell your partner this. And if she becomes defensive, aggressive, beating around the bush, you need to tell your partner that you need to have him or her spend a little more time with you. Now, understand that if this deals with a job or a sick family member or children he or she may have, you may have to be put to the side for a little while. Understand that it won't last forever if that is the situation. But if the person, your partner, he or she comes off as like they don't want to spend time with you anymore, you need to step back and look at what is causing this. Is she on the phone all the time? On the cell phone? On the computer? Does she back off when you show affection? Um, you need to step back and take a real harsh look and talk to your partner. That's the main thing. Come up with some compromises. Date night, maybe. If you need to really ask your partner some really hard questions too. Do you still want to be with me? Is there a reason that maybe I subconsciously don't know I'm doing something that is making you back off from our relationship. How long have you been together? You need to look at that. Um, I wouldn't say jump the gun and say, oh, she's having an affair, and that's why. It could just be that life has gotten so overwhelming for your partner. You can ask your partner, is there something I can do for you to help you so we can spend more time together? Some solid time together. Communication is the main key. Um, you've already been in this relationship. You didn't state how long, so I'm gonna assume maybe 5 years, three, five, maybe more. Um, you need to talk to your partner definitely about a date night, a time you can spend together as a couple, not as a mother or father, not as your buddies or your sisters, but as a couple together. Solid time, relaxed time, a romantic time maybe, going out to a movie or whatever. But you definitely need to speak with your partner and get to know why he or she feels maybe disconnected from you. Maybe you're the busy one, and or maybe they are just going through some kind of depressive time or overworked time. You need to find out what the issue is, and then go from there. You need to sit down together and come up with what you can do together, compromised. So that's my advice there so far. If you have any other questions, be sure to write back. I got a question from my bestie. She says, how do you get your partner to open up more to express their feelings? Well, Wims, I'm going to say you can't force somebody to to feel something. You can't force them to express feelings if they themselves maybe have it blocked. They have to work on themselves, either with a therapist, an advisor, a psychologist, to work on their own capability of opening up to others. Some people are pretty closed off. They don't want others to know what they're feeling. Um, Definitely don't force the issue onto your partner, because your partner will back off. They'll become defensive, like you're attacking them. You need to take baby steps and actually tell this person, I need to know what you're feeling at this point in time. I need to know what you're going through so that if you need help, don't force help on the person because that will make them defensive. But if you need help, you can come to me and I will know what way to help you if you decide to come to me. Um, to get them to open up more, I would say just doing things together. Fun things, not fighting and arguing. And if it ever does turn to fighting and arguing, then you need to tell your partner you need to step back a bit. You need to go for a walk or whatever. But you need to do fun things together. And you need to express to your partner that you need this to happen. You need to be together and you need to know what they're feeling and not really have it blocked to you if possible. That you need to have them open up a little bit more so you know what's kind of going on with them. But if they do not want to do that, you cannot force them to. They themselves are the only ones who can do that, to open up to you. Just make yourself available and let them know you're available if and when they open up, that you are there to listen, not to judge, just to listen. And if he or she needs help, then you can help them. So that's the advice I have there. If you have any more questions, please do let me know. Then I had another question, and that was, I think my partner may be cheating on me. What should I do? Is it just me? Well, is it? It could be. um, don't jump to the conclusion that your partner is having an affair if there's like something else going on in his or her life. Um, she or he may be talking to friends more. He could be going through a family thing, an emotional thing, she. Um, don't just jump to the conclusion unless you already know. Unless you have proof, solid proof, that you could come to this person and say, hey, I saw you with so on and so forth, or I saw some texts or whatever, but do not go snooping for it because, yeah, that's another big no no. If the person is having an affair, it will come out eventually. It can't be hidden forever. I don't care how well you try, he tries, they try, whatever. It's it always comes out. Always. You'll find out one way or another. But until then, don't be like pointing, you're doing this and you're doing that and that. Because you don't know. You don't know what's going through the person's head. You can sit down and talk to him or her and say, I feel that this is going on. How can you reassure me that it isn't? You know, what what makes you think that he or she is having an affair? Are they not spending time with you? Ask for more time. Ask for some solid time with the person. Um, is is he or she gone a lot? Well, is it at work? You know, are they hanging out with their buddies or their sisters or their friends? Are they going out to activities, to the bar, to where, what makes you feel that this person is having an affair? Um, the only real way you could really know is to ask the person. Don't push the subject. If they say no, take no as no, until you have some solid proof. The only way you can confront a person with that kind of thing is with solid proof. Um, but you need to be straightforward and honest and say how you feel. I feel you're having an affair because you have stopped taking me out. Because you hang with your buddies or your sisters way too much. You're with them all the time, and I'm at home with the kids or whatever. You know, you're going to the gym 24/7, and I heard there was a woman there that you talk to a lot. Who is she? And try to do it non-judgmentally. Tell him or her that you need to know this information because you're feeling like he or she is having an affair. The main thing you can do is talk. That's about it. You will find out one way or another in due time. Could be immediately, it could be a year or so. Nobody knows. But to keep ragging at the person, to keep judging them or pointing the finger, they will say no. Just saying. They'll get defensive. They'll get upset. You guys will argue. You might break up. So you need to keep an open mind and you need to be smart about how you go about dealing with that type of situation. So at this point in time, that's the only advice I can give you. And if you have any more questions, please write them down in the comment. The last question I had gotten was, I find myself getting crazy jealous when my partner talks with other women. Even though I know it's nothing, how do I stop? Green eyed babe. Well, green eyed babe, everybody gets jealous. I don't care how often a person can tell you they don't. They do in one way, shape, or form. And it's a hard thing to control. because you feel like the person that you're with is yours. And mainly all you can do is talk to your partner about it. Tell him or her, well, him in this case, that you feel that you're jealous of this other person. Now, does he talk to just one other woman? Is it frequently? You could tell him that that you feel jealous of this woman, that you don't want to feel jealous of this woman or women, whichever, but that you do, and you want to work on it with him. Um, you could say you don't feel like he'll have an affair or anything like that, and that it doesn't amount to anything. It's just a feeling that you need to deal with, and you do need to deal with it. Not him, not them, you. If you feel it's out of control, that you're jealous over this person or people, then you need to seek yourself some help with therapy. I'm not saying go on medications or anything like that, but talking it out in therapy. Um, you need to have somebody help you deal with these feelings and to come up with a plan. Um, like if you're feeling jealous, maybe you're the one who needs to step back and go, okay, all right, I know that that's his buddy's girlfriend or whatever, but she's like hanging all over him. You know how people get. Sometimes you just need to step back from the situation, take a walk, think it through before you even speak. You could get pretty mad, and people say a lot of dang things when they're mad. I would say, um, I would say that, yeah, definitely talk to your boyfriend or husband first. Tell him how you're feeling. Let him know that you are trying to deal with it because you know that you don't want to feel this way, and you know it's not going to, end up in an affair or anything like that. So you need to talk to him first and let him know. Don't get into any arguments over it. Just tell him it's just a feeling. I'm dealing with it. If you need help dealing with that, then seek, like I said, the therapy or whatever, and you feel would help you, and let him know that that is what you're doing. I'm seeking help from somebody to help me control how I feel, because I know that it's not something I want to feel, for one, and it's not, that it's not going to pan out to anything between you and another person. Um, I would say that you could probably, yeah, definitely take steps to, when you feel this way, call a friend, a trusting friend, not one that will blabber it all over the place. Um, Talk it out with somebody. Don't get into arguments over it. It's not worth it. Many arguments start over jealousy and thinking someone's having an affair or someone's being unfair to the other one. And the arguments usually wind up into being breakups when they really don't need to be. Um, so talk to him, get yourself some help if you feel that you cannot deal with it alone. That talking to him, it didn't help really. And talking to him is mainly to make him aware of how you feel, because he may not know. Um, that, or he does know, and he's like, "What do you want me to do about it?" Then you can seek therapy because of that too. But definitely talk, and definitely reassure him that it's only feelings, and it's not going to pan out to anything, and definitely let him know if you are getting help, um, because some people do need that extra ear, that extra advice on what should I do. I say take a step back. You know, if you see him with a girl and you're going, ah, you know, or you're getting snippy, go for a walk. Call a friend. Do some window shopping. I don't know. Get on SL and shop. But yeah, that's my advice I have for you. So, hopefully, I helped you guys out. If you have any questions or you want me to extend my advice on your questions because I didn't answer them thoroughly enough in your eyes, then please leave a comment. If you have a question and would like some advice on it, leave a question in the comments. I'll gladly try to help you out with it. Sometimes I can be harsh and straightforward and just say, hey, you need to, you know, be aware of that. That I don't really beat around the bush. I try to answer a question as well as I can. I try to help you out as much as I can. And if I'm not getting enough to you in my advice, then definitely leave a comment down below and I will, you know, talk about it more. You know, because relationships are hard. It's hard to be in a marriage, it's hard to be in a relationship because there's so much going on in a person's head that, you know, sometimes you need advice for it. And today I have a affirmation, and it is, I am worthy of love, abundance, success, happiness, and fulfillment. So, hopefully, we can all reach that kind of stuff in our lives, SL and in real, or anywhere you're at, Sims or wherever. Just try to keep happy. Try to work at being happy because your happiness in this lifetime, in all your lifetimes, is what's important. It's what's important to you, for your mental health, is to try to be happy. And if you don't feel happy, seek that happiness to the advice or whatever from friends, family, whoever you trust. Your friends, definitely. They wouldn't be your friends if, you know, if you were a crab ass, which we all can be sometimes too. So, but anyway, I'm going way off topic here. Okay, my honeybees, always seek opportunities to create your own happiness, and that's the key point. Create your own. Do not expect somebody else to create it for you, because it's not going to happen. Only you can make you happy. And I will talk to you guys in the next video. Bye bye. Hello, my little honeybees. Welcome to... Oh shit, what the hell did I call this place? Damn it.